Hey, QArmy, let's go. Boom, boom, boom. Can you dig it? What are shovels used for, guys? We fight every day on this Matrixxx Groove Hour, guys. Welcome to the show. Oh my gosh, what we're at war, Shady. Wait, Shady. Groove, welcome to the Matrixxx Groove Hour. My partner in justice, please come on in, sir.
Hello, and thank you for having me. Great to see everyone here today. Today is Thursday. We are a little over 2 weeks into this process, and Patriots are doing great.
Wow, man, I tell you, we've got a lot going on right now. This operation is so huge, folks. There is a lot of, I guess we would call it speculation at this time, or theories, yes, as to what's going on. And I'm hoping and praying that they're correct.
I do too.
One, we are at war with the drug cartels. Now, who are the drug cartels?
The cabal.
The cabal, folks. We are at war with the cabal. We are at war with a hidden enemy, a scourge. Guys, this is absolutely amazing. And I want to make sure that you guys understand, this is an April 7th Q post from 2 years ago. The public is learning, guys. This is Q post 1072. Eric Holder, California, relevant soon. Now, we dug on this. Eric Holder was going to be a lawyer to the government of California. Very interesting, right? And border states are very key, bigger than you can imagine. The pipeline, not R versus D. California is special. The public will learn Q. And we've got, what is it? The Mercy's in New York. Comfort is in.
Yes. Yep. The Comfort and the Mercy right now are in port.
Yes, and the New York and California ports are critical, guys. And there is, we're at war with China too. Amyl nitrite, absolutely. Who do we got here today? Wow, look at you guys. The blind will soon see. That's right, Kevin Rogers. Comfort in New York. Thank you. Katie Gus, you're awesome, by the way. There's Zoltan. Zoltan, welcome. Walt Bart. Wow, guys. It's US versus P, David Jones. You know, it seems like it. Mercy is in LA. Thank you, Katie. You guys are awesome. We do a lot of live digs. How about that dig yesterday, folks?
I thought that was a pretty epic show yesterday, my friend.
I don't know how we do it. It's because of you guys out there. God bless you all. Thanks for your digs. Donna Kaiser, we couldn't do it without you. Thank you for that cup of cafefe. We really appreciate it. In fact, Shady, let's give them a little good news. Guess what we are doing right now, Shady? Tell them about the new site.
You want me to tell them like everything?
Not everything, but because of you guys. Go ahead.
We're getting really close to the finalized version of the new site that's going to be way more easy to navigate and has an amazing look to it. We're going to be having podcasts connected to our site. Also, the videos will populate there, and a little bit easier of a maneuverability and kind of modernized a bit. So we've been working on that for a little while in the background, and I think we're getting close to showing it off.
Yeah, man. And I tell you, I just got approval from the JT Wild. When you log onto the site, you can click it and you can hear Where We Go One, We Go All.
Because that's who we are.
That's who we are, guys. And it's going to be amazing. And by the way, I want to do Children Before D-Class, QT Cat. Yes, children, Corona before D-Class. I really do think that is what's happening, QT Cat. I really do. Now, remember, we are the news now. Okay, so we can't totally prove it yet, but I do think that is what's happening.
Yes, and
yes.
there's a lot of pointers and markers that are playing into what we're seeing right now that line up. And the president's speech or the conference that he did yesterday was somber. I mean, I think you probably noticed that. Somber. He was yesterday, right? And I think that that's a big tell to who we are as a nation. We're pulling together, yes, but at the same time, there's something very, very heart-wrenching going on that we're not seeing right now. I mean, we have 5,000 people have passed away. Yes, that's terrible, but we're not seeing anything outside of normal flu numbers for this virus. So a lot of things to think logical about, and we're all blessed that we have the ability to properly think logically now, right?
Yes, absolutely. And Susan Fujioka, thank you for making things clear. Truth with entertainment. Yes. I remember our president in one of his second to last rally that he did, he said, we've got to have fun, but we've got to have facts. Fun and facts, guys. That's what we try to bring here, folks.
We're not like Joe Biden. We got to have truth for facts.
Truth for facts. Let's go ahead and watch our president right now real quick.
Together we have the power to save countless lives. We're attacking the virus on every front with social distancing, economic support for our workers, rapid medical intervention, and very serious innovation, and banning dangerous foreign travel that threatens the health of our people. And we did that early, far earlier than anyone would have thought, and way ahead of anybody else. In this time of need, I know that every American will do their patriotic duty and help us to achieve a total victory. As governments and nations focus on the coronavirus, there's a growing threat that cartels, criminals, terrorists, and other malign actors will try to exploit the situation for their own gain, and we must not let that happen. We will never let that happen.
And protect the most vulnerable. That's right. Here, Shane, here we go.
President, thank you for your leadership as we begin this important operation. While the men and women of the United States military work hard here at home to fight the coronavirus, we continue to take action around the world to defend our great country. Thank you, and I'd like to invite General Milley.
General Milley, here we go.
Thank you, Secretary, for those words, and thank you, Mr. President.
By the way, I'd like to point out that there is a picture going around with a Punisher logo or a medal underneath that was done by our Mr. T. He even said, hey, General Milley deserves a medal, so I gave him one. That is not fact. He doesn't have that medal, but he should.
And yes, and pay attention to what he's saying here. This is very important.
Yes, here we go.
President, for your leadership, and I want to publicly thank Admiral Craig Fowler, the commander of U.S. Southern Command out of Miami, for leading this operation, which is underway effective today, and also Admiral Gilday, the Chief of Naval Operations, Admiral Schultz, for their contributions to this from their services. There's thousands of sailors, Coast Guardsmen, soldiers, airmen, Marines involved in this operation. We came upon some intelligence some time ago that the drug cartels, as a result of COVID-19, were going to try to take advantage of the situation and try to infiltrate additional drugs into our country. As we know, there's 70,000 Americans die on an average annual basis to drugs. That's unacceptable. We're at war with COVID-19, we're at war with terrorists, and we are at war with the drug cartels as well. This is the United States military. You will not penetrate this country. You will not get past Jump Street. You're not going to come in here and kill additional Americans. And we will marshal whatever assets are required to prevent your entry into this country to kill Americans. So right now the Navy has marshaled additional gray hull ships from both PACOM and EUCOM and for the Naval Fleet at Norfolk. And they are set sail already, and they are in the Caribbean right now. In addition to that, there's 10 Coast Guard cutters, and there's Special Operations Forces and Security Force Assistance Brigades, along with Air Force reconnaissance aircraft. The bottom line is you're not going to get through. Now is not the time to try to penetrate the United States with illegal drugs to kill Americans. With the United States military, we will defend our country regardless of the cost. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Secretary.
We are at war, folks. And what is Jump Street? 21 Jump Street, isn't that where like all the drugs would be sold, Shady?
Yeah, and that is not about cocaine. Pure and simple. You know, this is not there is something huge going on right now where they are trying to penetrate our country or send a bunch of people here with the virus, whatever it is that is up and currently active. We are talking directly to it here. This has to do with the Maduro indictment for more than likely so we can have jurisdiction in that part of the world, because this would be where they would be jumping off of to send stuff here up through the Gulf and the Caribbean. So this is huge. Whatever it is, we're on it and we're watching them. You know, this also could be tying back to China as well. We don't know what's tying to where. He says cartels, talking about the cartels. That could be anyone. We know who the cartels are, right?
Oh, yeah.
It could be cartels from anywhere. All cartels are the same cartel. You're either Patriot or you're cartel. Cabal, cartel, same thing. These deep state companies, same thing. This is war right here, and you are seeing it live.
You sure are, guys. And I want to thank Donna Kisser. You are amazing, Donna. Thank you so very much. Thank you, thank you. Shady, this is incredible what we're witnessing, guys. I am just shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, there's so many different things going on from all different directions, right?
Yeah.
And we're at home, though. This is the crazy thing. Like, all this stuff is going on, and we're all at home. Not everyone, but most everyone around the planet is at home right now. And we've also seen tons of ships being deployed on our coastlines.
Yep, and Mil Spec Ops, that guy, awesome Twitter account to follow. He's showing you all the choppers that are up and about.
That are monitoring.
Military.
Yep, that are currently up, and he's really great with keeping up with that, by the way.
Yeah, he's like our plane dude. Him and Spectre, Shadow Spectre.
Spectre.
Is this the same clip, Shady? Let's, because our president wanted us to see this. Let's just check this out.
Thank you, Mr. President.
You think it's the same one? Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know you had it in line right there. I was just making sure we got to that. Okay.
But yeah, and so just wanted to make sure because our president wanted you to see that. So let's go ahead and check this one out as well. Okay.
To make, procure, and deliver crucial medical supplies to our doctors, nurses, and healthcare workers, my administration is leveraging the might of American manufacturing supply chains and innovators across the industry and across every industry. And I just told you about Walmart, and I could tell you about many more. Hanes is making protective gear and masks, and we're making tremendous amounts of product. There's never been anything like it. At the same time, I tell the governors, get it yourself if you can from your local companies and your local warehouses and factories. If you can do that, you should do that. Because of the actions that we've taken under the Defense Production Act, manufacturers and suppliers are sharing with FEMA and HHS their planned orders and allocations to states and to hospitals all over the region. This enables FEMA and HHS to work closely with states, local governments, and private sector to allocate critical resources to highly impacted areas. Working together, we're entirely focused on getting materials to the right place at the right time.
Boom. Now, if you really, understand where we've been digging, a lot of these companies are coming back out of the United States of America and body politic trust into our trust, the Treasury, and talking about delivering crucial medical supplies, because what they've done is they've screwed up, and that, I think, is one of their last stands, is to screw up our the deliveries, right? Because they control those, the supply chain. Yes. So if you look at the 40,000-foot view, which could be multiple meanings, right, is macroeconomics.
Right. And the way that it's been manipulated for corrupt, for the corruption to overtake it.
That's right.
Because, we used to have we had initially, everything was produced here in America. All the supply chains were here in America. All the companies work together. You were talking about a little yesterday about how, if you make this, then you make this and you make that. And then we trade you this for that. And then there's an even part of this, whatever it is we're doing. And so those supply chains were interrupted whenever everybody shipped everything to China.
That's right. And there's House Music TV in the house, Shady. Hello, House Music TV.
Hey, what's up?
So macroeconomics, Shady, we connected speed. And you know what was weird, Shady? I was chilling out, trying to, unplug from the Matrix. And I was watching, going through the guide. And guess what? Guess what movie was on?
Which one?
Speed.
Speed.
So I was like going, okay, so that's a Q post, a movie, Speed. So we connected Speed with the Rothschilds and the speed to market. Like, certain countries could only have a ship that goes 24 knots. America had one that went, 26 knots. So they control the speed to market. And if you recall, when she was driving the bus, she couldn't go below a certain speed.
What speed was that?
Was it 55?
5.
And the bus was 2525, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So I just, there's something to do with this, everything, with the 40,000-foot view, macroeconomics. I think our president is fighting with the old guard and the old way of doing things, because that's how, with everything right here, with the performance, structure, behavior, decision maker of an economy as a whole, which includes regional, national, and global economies, is all going to get fixed. They can't use this for their fractional reserve banking. That's Shady.
Yes, absolutely. This is we've been taught that the arena is football, and we've been taught that the arena is a concert. But the only arena that exists is economics. Okay, there's nothing else to talk about. Everything else that's not to do with economics is kind of not relevant to the government.
Oh, by the way, redpillliving.com/intheMatrixxx has a new code, immune, IMMUNE. It's a sale on vitamins, 15% off, Shady.
Today only, or is that last week?
It's going right now.
Good.
redpillliving.com/intheMatrixxx, guys.
And that's a way that you guys can help us out. You should get over there and check out some of their great products, because there's a lot of stuff that can help with detoxification and also the betterment of your daily life, depending on what it is you were exposed to, because we're all exposed to crazy amounts of chemicals and stuff in this environment.
Gosh, right? And we've been so, let me go to there. We've been so busy, Shady, that we haven't plugged anything.
I know, but we're kind of running with our shoes off here at this point.
Silent running, guys. So if you look below this video, there is a link to redpillliving.com/intheMatrixxx, and pseudonym mods, please use immune for 15% off. Wow, guys, right? Why can't I get to this video? Hang on, guys. I'm having a hard time right now. Really quick. 1 second, folks. Here we go. redpillliving.com. Got it. Here we go. redpillliving.com. Use the code immune for 15% off. Liposomals are really good for the vitamins right now. If you guys, understand about liposomals, there's turmeric, there's vitamin C, very important. The vitamin D with K2. Check it out. Try it. try the liposomals here from redpillliving.com/intheMatrixxx. Colloidal silver. Get the silver. We have to worry about our health right now. Carbon Shield C60. Use the code IMMUNE for 15% off, guys.
And these are all associated companies are Patriot companies. So these are independent companies who are people who are doing something that they're good at because they are wanting to put out a product that is
Tiffany says zinc,
up to the excellence quality of that we want as Americans as opposed to Chinese crap.
For Patriots, by Patriots, to support Patriots.
Correct.
There's a keto balance, the Keela cream, the colloidal silver. If you are a colloidal silver user, try this next time. See if you like it. Then we got essential oils. I love the essential oils, the headache relief, all that stuff. I love this product right here. I actually just got the Carbon Shield, Shady. It should be here soon.
Good.
Yes. And you use it. You use the Carbon Shield, correct?
I used the C60, yes, and the coconut oil.
And the coconut oil. That's what I got, too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I got the olive oil. I can't remember. I got the olive oil 8 ounce. I'm sorry. But I used Immune to get 15% off, guys. So check it out. Get it. And thank you for your support, guys. Wow.
And thanks Red Pill Living for working with us on this. This is great.
Yes. Thank you, redpillliving.com/intheMatrixxx. We love you. Guys, check this out. This is from Stormy Joe Patriot. This is a Donald J. Trump from 1236. The 2400 rule brings you to 2436 in the timestamps. So you just double it, right? And, or did I get the right one? I can't see. Hang on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2436. So they will all be saved. And it leads to that post, and it says, this is about protecting our children. This is about saving America. And that was very well read by Jackie, I believe.
Yep.
So Patriot Joe says they will all be saved. Wind the clock gets you to 2436. Wow, this really sums up what's going on around us. Military ships, pop-up hospitals. Guys, very interesting. Now, I wanted to also point this out to you. This is actually a Q post with the Logan Act. Didn't say the Logan Act per se, but explains the Logan Act, talking about Valerie Jarrett was a direct relay. Iran pre and post Iran deal, future marker. Kerry, direct relay. Iran pre and post Iran deal, future marker. If known, why was this allowed to happen? If known, will there be justice? It's only a matter of time. Let's listen to this.
Have nuclear weapons. It's very simple.
Oops, sorry about that. Let's start at the beginning. Here we go.
And I happen to think they want to make a deal. They just don't know really how to start. And they've been given some bad advice by former Secretary Kerry. Some very bad advice. And I really think they want to make a deal, which is the Logan Act, but would have to look at the Logan Act. All you have to do is take a look. I think they've been given very bad advice by Secretary Kerry. I think that they're dying to make a deal. Look, their country's in trouble. Their economics are shot. They've got a lot of bad things going. I think they'd like to make a deal. They can get it settled very quickly. No nuclear weapons. No nuclear weapons. They can't have nuclear weapons. It's very simple.
Wow. So he's talking about Logan Act, guys. And by the way, mods, let's leave those comments up. We had a comment that said Q is fake, Shady.
Oh, hey, how are you, sir?
Yeah, I can't see who it was. It was called Rob's Droid. Q is fake. The Dems are about to start another impeachment. Are they?
That's okay.
You know, Rob's Droid, Q, we're going to unhide you. You go ahead and talk to us because Q is not a person.
Correct.
Q is information, Rob's Droid.
Right.
Rob's Droid, I just want you to know that we knew before the Senate election that it was going to be, what was it,
53 to 47.
53 to 47. Do you know that the House Dems can impeach and pass and do all the shit that they want, Robs? But they can't impeach him because it has to go to the Senate. We
Correct.
own the Senate, Robs.
So there's no vote to get out of the Senate that we don't control.
That's right. And the information is Q, Mr. Rob's Droid.
It's not, we're not out there. Q is not some stealthy figure like Batman taking people out. Q is an operation to inform the public of what the truth is, so that whenever the truth arrives at the front door of the news cycle, people have the ability to explain to other people what is going on in the whole world, not just in our own myopic view of today, tomorrow, arrests, and all of this stuff. This is unraveling something that's been going on for a few thousand years.
Yes.
So I would say that you should maybe just open your mind a little bit and maybe read a little bit more and understand that Q is not Nostradamus. Q is information to help us Patriots understand that we are unified in our attempt to make freedom the default position of our planet.
Yeah, Jimmy Mortimer has a really good comment. Jimmy, this is a good one. If Q is fake, they did it wrong. They woke us all up.
We did mess it up. Good point.
They did. Now, Rob's Droid, if you want to talk about, any of the facts that we've uncovered, we'd be happy to discuss that with you instead of just saying Q's fake. How about I think that you're a Hillary bot? You're fake. Because we are the majority, guys. Press 17 if we're the majority. Let's hear it. We know we're the majority. We're sheep no more, my friend. Ha, there you go.
Patriots are in control.
Patriots are now in control. Now, let's do this, Shady. Let's talk about the San Pedro engineer. Did you drop it already? Your little thread on that?
Top one there. The top one in there just kind of gives the three of them in a row.
Yes, because this is very interesting. Train wrecking, Shady. Take it.
Yeah, so the gentleman yesterday decided to attack the Mercy by attempting to run his Freightliner off the rails about 250 yards away from the ship docked in LA. And the conductor thought that the Mercy was part of a government conspiracy, according to the news reports. Now, this is very interesting because trains, railroads, paysours, what are we all talking about? The railroad companies backed the Fed. Okay, so we're seeing the Fed go off the rails here. This is,
Yeah, literally. You're seeing the paysour trains, right?
Go off the rail.
Now, we also saw that the California was doing a high-speed train from the port as well. That was a decode of a Q post. Now, prosecutor engineer deliberately ran the train off the tracks in an attempt to deliberately derail. Okay, let's look at this. So, prosecutors, engineer deliberately ran train off tracks in an attempt to smash the United States Navy ship Mercy, guys.
Bizarre train derailment. The train's engineer telling police he intentionally left the track. His target was the Navy hospital ship Mercy. Eyewitness News reporter Eileen Frere has the latest on the wild wreck and the important work the USNS Mercy is performing.
Late into the evening, the train still sits here where it came to rest a couple of football fields away from the Mercy hospital ship. Now, federal prosecutors allege that the train engineer, Eduardo Moreno, admitted to police that he intentionally derailed and crashed it near the Mercy.
What the hell?
Video taken moments after the train left the track, slicing through pavement, several barriers and fences near the Mercy hospital ship docked in San Pedro.
I look over to my left and there's a huge cloud of dust underneath the bridge, and all of a sudden this train just starts pushing through the fence, and I'm like, well, there's no tracks there. What's it doing there?
The train engineer Eduardo Moreno was arrested shortly after. Federal prosecutors allege in his first interview with LA Port Police, Moreno acknowledged that he did it, saying that he was suspicious of the Mercy and believing it had an alternate purpose related to COVID-19 or a government takeover.
Conspiracy theories, I don't know what is going on in his head, but the Mercy doesn't even have any COVID-19 patients.
The Mercy arrived last week to accept non-COVID-19 patients to provide relief to area hospitals that are treating those with the virus. The ship's commanding officer, Captain John Rotruck, says the crash did not harm the Mercy or its mission. He says so far, 14 patients have been treated on board. 3 have already been discharged. Strict measures being taken to try to keep the coronavirus off the ship.
We're doing extensive screening of everyone before they come aboard.
Photos show even the acting U.S. Secretary of the Navy being screened before a recent visit to the Mercy. Matrixxx says nearly 1,000 crew members are not leaving the ship. Last week, the nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, the USS Roosevelt, pulled into Guam, nearly 24 of its sailors testing positive for COVID-19. That number now nearly 100. Tight corridors, packed sleeping quarters, and communal meals make it hard for sailors to practice public distancing. On board the Mercy, Matrixxx says they are doing their best.
We're encouraging people to wash their hands frequently. We have hand sanitizer scattered throughout the ship, readily available for people to use. And of course, we're also frequently cleaning high-touch surfaces with bleach solution as well.
Back here at the train, prosecutors allege that the defendant Moreno told police that he acted alone and he had not pre-planned the attempted attack.
Wow, huh? Let me just make sure.
So is that interesting?
That's very interesting. Let me make sure.
Domino's has
Just wanted to pause that. Pretty wild, Shady. Okay, so let's go back. What did we notice yesterday, Shady?
Well, I noticed that Ilhan Omar had an interesting comment because her coronavirus called President Trump's coronavirus press conference is a train wreck.
Really? Let's see.
Isn't that interesting?
Lives that inspire.
Oh, we might have a. Hold up.
Yeah, I mean, I think there was a commercial on the front of this. I'm not sure
Here
what
you
the
go.
audio.
So here it is.
Yeah.
So let me see. Trying to find the actual. Here it is. Train wreck. Okay, here it is. Let's just go to the tweet. So this is the tweet, Ilhan Omar. These press conferences are disturbing to watch. It's not only lies and spins that are disturbing, but the millions of people watch this and actually believe this insane stuff. It's like watching a train wreck happen and not knowing what to do.
So this happened like after the train wreck, but is this like saying it didn't work?
Right. And then what about
Almost. But then we have Comey
the day before?
the day before. Climbing is good exercise,
Read it.
but only trained people should try these moves. Now think about that.
Huh.
Only trained people should try these moves. Now, that's one heck of a coincidence that Comey again calls out some sort of thing that happens the next day. I mean, we've had so much of this stuff happen. We had the train with the congressman on it. We had the train derailment in Portland early on in Q. This is like there was one in, was it Pittsburgh?
Now, Shady, is that a lowercase q?
Oh,
Cursive Q?
I don't know. Maybe.
Interesting, right?
Yeah. Huh.
Let's look at a lowercase cursive Q real quick, guys. This is a live dig, guys. We do our live digs with you. So here, there's a lowercase cursive Q right here on the, see that? And then let's look at our guy here. Oops, we're Shady.
Oh, like the way he's hanging.
Yes.
I see what you're saying now.
Right there.
Okay.
Trained.
That's interesting.
Trained. Let me get rid of her. I'm getting rid of some windows here, guys. I'm sorry. So cursive Q, lowercase.
Comey hanging on a rock.
I think I closed them. Oh my gosh. But let me go back to your
Yeah, the
message
tweet's
here.
right there.
Hang on, buddy. We do it live. We do this live. What do you guys think? Does that look? It's a stretch, is it? Okay.
It's a stretch, maybe, but
could be.
still, he said trained the day before a train derailment. We have a train derailment like the right after we take back the Fed. The Fed was backed by the railroad companies. The railroad companies were able to manipulate their process, their mining contracts. They put the tracks where they needed to go so that they could exploit the mining opportunities in the Great West frontier.
Yeah.
And so now we have the railroad going off the track right as the Fed is.
You just can't make this up. You just can't make this up. It is a strange way to think.
Maybe I just see the world in puzzles now. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. And I see Qs. So Amyl Nitrate says it is kind of like a manuscript Q. I'm not just seeing the Q. Cursive lowercase q. It kind of looks like it to me. Maybe a stretch. I'll buy it. But still, he said trained, guys. The next day, a train goes off the tracks, trying to hit the Mercies.
In an attempt to hit the
Mercy
ship that we just parked. The Mercy.
Yeah. Mercy me. By the way, we have an update. 160,705 sealed case files, guys.
And again, I like to say every time, this does not include count numbers that have been unsealed in the last 2 years.
That's right.
It's just as current sealed indictments. All of the cases that have come, there's been probably 20,000 of these that have been indicted.
Julie Zach is like me. I see Qs everywhere, Shady.
I do too.
I do. I see 17s
kind of
and
Qs. It's either 17, it's 45, it's 55, it's Q.
B says the red hat kind of looked like a scarf or a mask. It did, didn't it, man? Wow. And he's like, hey, red hat. He could be. Is he hanging an L? That could be an L too, right? Yep. So look at that though. Right there. Look at the 160. How many deaths are suspected from coronavirus?
They're saying between 1 and 200,000.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
They're still only been able to count 5,000, and I have
Zoltan. Real quick, Zoltan says a cliffhanger or a cliffhanger ending is a plot device in fiction which features a main character in a precarious or difficult dilemma or confronted with shocking revelation of or at the end or something like that. But interesting, Zoltan.
Yep.
Maybe he's hanging on. Sparky says he could be hanging on. Yeah. Live dig, guys. We love it.
Well, he just went through. Well, if we go back in sequence, I mean, I don't know if you want to look, but if you go back to the last 4 posts that the guys made, he had the post of the light, and then he had the post of the Judas tree or whatever, and then this, and then there was one.
Here we go.
There was one other that he.
Here's the 19 hours ago. Without laughter, life on our planet would be intolerable. Steve Allen.
Okay.
Is that Microsoft guy, Steve Allen? Wait, who's Steve Allen again?
No,
just a poet.
Yeah.
Live dig, Steve Allen. All right, he was
TV radio guy,
comedian, writer, advocate, musician, composer, actor. Okay, that's right. Oh, that's right, Steve Allen. I know Stephen Valentine Patrick William Allen is his name.
Goodness.
There's the last one, climbing train. Train just went off the tracks. This is the weird one with the flowers. Still, spring comes, and yes, I can use portrait mode. Remember,
is that a code to go into some sort of with someone?
You remember Q post about flower and deflower?
Yes, flower and garden flower.
Yeah.
Hillary was pointing about that. Hillary was tweeting about the garden flowers too.
Right. This is it, guys. And purple too, says Lisa Benny. Yeah.
Yep. It looks like he's calling out for help, or he's sending a distress signal.
So flowers and gardens, learn the hidden symbolism. What does a flower represent? What does a deflower represent? Think children. Think slaves. Think sheep. Q. Whew. Comey. Then you got this.
Good day for a walk with household member. Like, what are you saying?
Good day for a walk. House member. Household member.
So now he has that, and I can use portrait mode. See how there's like double comms?
Yeah. And then this one is weird.
Camel up.
Camel cup. Camel up. But either way, I lost.
And in this one, the top of the pyramid is not there. And then he had the money was in front of him. We also had the stacked colors.
And a P was missing.
And a P was missing. Yeah, there was something else too. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah. Just odd, man. Very odd. All right, so there's Comey. Shady, what is going on with these people?
I don't know. We're in a vortex. Sorry.
I know. In case you guys missed it, please check out Christian Supreme. at Black White No Difference. The mods will drop the link. Eric Thompson and Christian are doing an amazing job. I really appreciate watching them. If you haven't checked them out, please do. Very good stuff. Oh boy, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
We were talking about him yesterday, and we're going to get into that here real quick. Let's check this out.
You stupid ass Q cult members. You
Oh
stupid
boy. So there you go. There's our guy. Let's see. And we played this one yesterday, right? No outside comms. What do you think of this guy, Shady, with the Mossad stuff? Should we go into it? You want to go into it now?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're just going to have to. Okay, I think that the best way to do this is to grab the one video that we were watching, and we're going to just kind of play like 6 to 10 minutes of this.
All right.
And I would like for you guys that are watching, I want to kind of interact with you a little bit as we're watching this. And I would like for you to think back to a time whenever you trusted Alex Jones and how he made you feel and the way that things were. But I want you to pay attention as we watch this. I'm not sure if you've got which one you've got here, but I think
this is the Q Trust the Plan, but I've got it. But I wanted to show you what IET posted.
Okay, let's show this first then.
So, well, he shows it in there, and we will show it. So this is new Mossad shill hit piece against us and Q from Alex Jones and InfoWars. The best lie is the one with the most truth in it. Greg Reese documents the predictions of, quote unquote, Q and lays out an alternate theory of a mysterious internet persona. But what I wanted to do is just show you that, you know, people in the Q community have been attacked by many different aspects, but this is the Alex Jones video from the show yesterday while we were doing our show, Shady, and somebody came in here and say, why are you so hard on Alex? But we're just going to play, as Shady said, let's just check it out, guys.
We all know who started Q. Should I just tell all the Q heads? It's all about fantasy land, and this is going to happen, and it's exciting, and you wait, and then it doesn't happen 99% of the time. It's because it was set up to create a fight club deal and to see if they can get people excited and to be able to put articles out that Hillary's going down for Satanism, which is true, and Trump is trying, and there are good people in the government that are going after him, and that's all really happened. So that now even the co-founder of Wikipedia has come out and said, you know, ritual sex slavery is real. It's all going to come out. So there was a healthiness to it, but it got hijacked by the very people that created it and has now become a thing that gets people to not take action because you're supposed to just not do anything. But it's not Dungeons and Dragons and live action role play for everybody. And the people that created it are big Star Wars fans and live action role play. And they're real people, but they just know everybody works. You know what? I'll just expose it. Okay, I gave Joe Rogan a deadline, and I love Joe. He's a good guy. I like these guys, too. I give them till next Tuesday to come out with it all, or I'm going to expose it next Wednesday. There. 7 days. There you go. And get all the documents. Let's start firing it up. Get it ready. Okay? Just watch, okay? There's something real for you, folks. That's not talk. This is the real world right here. This is not fantasy land. And I risk my life doing this. This isn't breadcrumbs and horse shit. You know, I had the founder of Q at my house about 2 years ago, and I really should have hired him. But for some reason, I didn't. And see, that's why it's very frustrating to me to see people out there believing all this Q stuff when I mean, everybody already knows. And it got hijacked within 3 days of him launching it. And it started out just as some guys having some fun that were authorized to engage in psyops. So it did start with people in the Trump campaign and people that worked in U.S. intelligence. And, you know, I'm just going to call him and I'm going to ask him to come on. It's time this all get exposed. I mean, because seriously, I know respected people that are friends with the president who believe all this and then say something to the president, he just doesn't even know what he goes, oh, well, that's not really. That's how crazy all this is. And now it's been hijacked and turned into this authoritarianism. And you've got all these famous New Agers saying that the power's about to go off this week for 3 days. And then the power will go off in one town like it always does. They go, oh, Q just did a test. And no matter how many times, oh, trust the plan. Robert Mueller is going to come out and arrest everybody. Some guys started it that were inside the White House, that were on Air Force One. And one of these guys, I can't figure out. He does a lot of great work. He's really smart. He calls up one day and he goes, hey, what do you think Trump ought to tweet about you today? And I said, I'll go ahead. I'd like him to tweet this. And the president tweeted 3 things from InfoWars. And one of the things I asked for. And I said, okay, well, why did you do that? Obviously, the president said that. He goes, well, yeah. So, yeah, the founder of Q talks to the president. It's true. But it was taken away from them within 3 days. And the very person who created it attacks it and gets attacked by it now and can't stand it. And I guess that's why I irritate that individual. He's a really smart guy, but when I've been around him, he's tried to have these discussions with me. It's not that I'm in my own world. I just don't get into clandestine stuff and manipulations and cloak and dagger stuff. I just full-on assault. That's just what I do. It's all out in the open. I like that better than all this sneaking around stuff. And I'm not bashing folks that do the sneaking around. I'm just telling you that my psyop is just...
Watch them change here, guys.
Balls the walls. We're on. I mean, it's just, you know, pull sword, start hacking. I don't got a shield. I got 2 swords. And that's just what I do. But I can see all this stuff. I see right through it. I see for miles and miles. I see through flesh. I see through stone. I see through fog. Because I live in truth. And the more the brain gets addicted to truth, sometimes I'll try to tell a strategic lie for counterintelligence that's important to do, to just see if somebody's corrupt. And I can't even say things now because I get more and more. The more you tell the truth, the more it becomes addicting because the brain doesn't have to filter or manipulate. You know, they say everybody lies, and it's true. You know, a woman says, does this dress look good? You know they don't want to hear it looks bad. Oh, yeah, it looks great. Because you learn.
Guys, there's a reason why we're playing this. Stay tuned.
With, you know, having a lot of girlfriends and being married, that they don't really want to hear if it looks good. They want you to tell them they look good. Because they're going to wear it if they want to. But now I just go, yeah, I don't think it looks good. Or I think it looks great. Because I just am not going to lie to people. I'm not going to lie about myself. People go, why did you say that about yourself? Years ago, I said, yeah, I paid for a lot of abortions. Because I did. And I repented, and it was wrong, and I believed the lies. And I said, I'll never have another abortion again. And then I was celibate for like 3 years because I was so struck by God that I was a whore running around, not paying for people paying for sex. But, you know, I was, you know, in terms of whore dog, you know, a guy that likes a lot of women. And the more you get with women, the more they pick up on them, the more women you get. That's just the way it works. But it's not a good thing. It was very empty, and it's bad. And then I was celibate for a couple of years. And then the first woman I went out with, I got her pregnant just like that. So I can look at a woman and get her pregnant, at least back then. Not shooting blanks here. And had my son. He's great. 17 years old now. But I committed to not be part of that, and I repented, okay? People go, why in the hell did you tell people that you've paid for abortions? That's not a good thing. Well, you know what? It's a good thing to say I'm a sinner, and I admit to it. So, see, my secret weapon is the truth. And that's why they attack us constantly and say we're lying or we're scammers or we're this or that, because they can't stand the fact. I mean, I know who started Q, the 2 guys. I've forgotten more than most people ever know. Why do you think the Pentagon, the CIA, the president tune in? This is the oracle, folks, the guest, the callers, myself, what we do. This is unfiltered. There's nothing else like this on earth. Almost everybody else couches what they're going to say, thinks about what they're going to say and how it'll affect them or others. People are scared. I'm not. I'm scared of not executing my operation that is directed at a spiritual level by a very high agency, not of this world. I am not directed by the scum in D.C. or the scum in Los Angeles or the scum in Beijing or any of them.
There it is.
I am directed by a pro-human mission, and I am my own man. And I want you to be your own man and your own women out there. We're going to go to break and come back with the report. Trust the plan. Wow. The two people that created it and launched it, one a political operative, one government intelligence agency, had it hijacked within 3 days. And they know that, and both of them attack it and tell you it's crap.
There you go, Shady.
I want everybody to pay attention. Do you understand the reason that we're showing you that is because I wanted you to see for yourself. I didn't want to put anything out there to suggest anything. I wanted your awake eyes to see the truth. And that's what you just witnessed. He just told you everything. He just admitted that he is here to attack us. He just admitted he was here to infiltrate us. He admitted that he is here to be a gatekeeper for his mission. Okay? His mission is not the same as the Patriot mission to save planet Earth. I'm sorry. But his mission is quite the inverse, and it has been for a really long time. And he has led so many people astray. Yes, he's woken up a lot of people, but he has led people to the wrong place to drink from. Okay? And so these aren't necessarily us making fun of Alex is an attack on him as much as it is a specific red pill. So you can understand what it is that is being used against you by normal people who you might have to one day red pill. And
That's
what's
right.
going on now with Austin and all of this, this whole bot army that Austin has that are acting like that we don't understand, you know, he's trying to say he's Q, but then he doesn't understand the difference between 8chan and 8kun, doesn't understand the titles on Q map, but he's Q. Okay, so this is very convenient for all of that storm to have been building for the last 2 weeks. And now we have this. And we also have Alex Jones talking about Joe Rogan. Who knows what he means by that? But we didn't even play the hit piece that the one person did that he is basing this whole thing around, where it indicates that the Q people are working with the NWO to bring about a new world order. That's what the hit piece represents, everyone. So now you have a very clear picture of another loud voice, much like the voices of Hollywood, much like the voices of the left and the voices of the media. It's the same voice, guys. It's the same voice. Does our voice sound like that? Do Matrixxx and I come off like that? Does Praying Medic come off like that? Or any of the other Q creators?
Oh, sorry.
None of the other Q creators come off like that.
No. Shady, I also, why doesn't Alex Jones like Q?
It doesn't make any sense.
I know why. Q knows why. What happens if Mueller proves Free Speech Systems, LLC, a.k.a. InfoWars, is linked to a foreign intel agency or other non-domestic entity? How can the left use that information to divide and censor the right? Who is pulling the strings? Free Speech Systems, LLC.
How long ago was that?
This was, so these posts, here you go. This is 8/14/18.
Yep.
Right. So let's just watch the Joe Rogan little thing here. Here we go.
Now, changing subjects a little bit. I follow Q. I follow everything that's going on in Washington, D.C., Russian collusion, hoax, all of that.
Well, can I answer the first question?
Yeah.
That was Q. Q and 4chan and 8chan at first was just somebody playing games. But the whole cosmology that Trump's trying to take power from the Chi-Com globalist takeover, so at least America has bargaining chips, is true. And people at some levels in the government do like the public knowing that there is a move for indictments, there is a move to take the deep state down, because that actually builds the momentum and the belief, kind of like Oprah's secret, that it's going to happen. And now Nunes the Republican leader, the ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, has sent 8 referrals for criminal indictments with the evidence of Comey and Clapper and Brennan. This all happened last Friday.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is it's a bunch of people on there. Some of it's disinfo, some of it's real.
It's disinfo on for a reason.
But wait a minute. It turned out being right about Mueller.
Anyways, all right. I follow Q, and everything that's going on right now, Q's been talking about this for a year. All this shit.
You know, I like the fact Q's waking people up.
There's no way it's some fucking... Because look, the mainstream media is pushing hard that Q's a hoax. That should tell you something.
I'll tell you what happened.
That should tell you something.
I thought Q was real.
Q is being fucking buried. The people talking about Q are being buried on YouTube. That should tell you something.
I have to finish this. I'm not trying to compete with Q. Here's what happened. We said the Russia collusion was fake. I was under investigation for it. They had congressional hearings with my name. They deplatformed me mainly over saying I was a Russian agent.
He deplatformed himself, guys.
So we knew there were indictments coming. We knew that it was criminal. We first told Trump how they were illegally spying on him. So I knew that was open source. I'm saying Q has more credibility now, at least some of the people. The problem was I really respected Dr. Jerome Corsi. He wrote a lot of big books, done a great job. And then he said Q was real. And then he came out and said, no, Q's not real now. And that kind of created this big battle where, because he worked for me, Q started attacking me. So I said, well, they must be bad if they're attacking me. Well, it turns out, of course, he's now suing me.
What?
He's now been doing a bunch of stuff. So I get how I was kind of
God damn, I'd love to be your lawyer, dude.
So there's that, right? Interesting. Shady. Let's keep going. This is Anna, note to AJ Shills. Nobody hacks a site and brings it down, but publishes a useful, informative redirect page. It's effing obvious that this is a staged attack. All right, so he brought down his own site, folks. Actors will act. We target NBC. NBC targets Q. Strategic, we are in control. Q. And look at the colors he uses. I love that.
It's a clown show.
Yes. And let's keep going. Ask yourself a very simple, logical question. Why are the majority of Q attacks by pro-MAGA supporters coming from AJ, Moss-backed, and or AJ known associates? Why are we a threat to them? Why not simply publish an original picture plus negative 1, 2, 3 seconds, establish credibility? POTUS. Oh, wait, excuse me, at POTUS. So why is this done in the past? We knew this type of attack was coming. Predictable, fake news. Attacks will only intensify. Q. So they did use another attack by this Steinbart fellow. And now that didn't work, so they're bringing in the big guns.
And who knows how they're going to try to tie it all together, right?
Right.
You know, I mean, that's got to be the op here. Maybe it's not, but it definitely looks like something that they're setting up to tie all together. There's just too many accounts out there that are talking and commenting and retweeting Steinbart. There's not that many asleep patriots. There just aren't. You know, there's anybody that's paying attention to Q knows Q. You've dug into it. You were a conspiracy person probably before you saw Q. Most people are, and are understanding that the way Q communicates isn't that difficult, and these people don't seem to understand it. And then they're also using grifter, boomer, and Q horde. So
prattle. Like, what's the new word that AJ used today again, Shady?
Caught me sideways on it.
Because we had prattle. We were prattling.
Prattling. That was Neon Revolt's attack. He called us prattlers.
Yeah.
We prattled on about Paysur.
Yep.
Yeah, we're still prattling.
And now we got confirmation on Paysur, I believe, by Q+. So this is 2102. There's a lot more than you realize. Think collective attacks versus Q. They attack AJ to give him fake credibility amongst POTUS supporting Patriots, thus poisoning the water and directing the narrative of opposition through MOS, Mossad, supported assets, a.k.a. Alex Jones. All team effort coordinated collective attacks with pawns and actors serving black hat agenda and attempting to control and divide the Patriots. Attacks will come from all sides, Q says. Control and divide. Think Mueller. Who is testifying before Mueller tomorrow? And it was Corsi. Forensic data analysis on phones and or computers. This is not about Guccifer 2.0. What happens if Mueller proves Free Speech Systems, aka InfoWars, is linked to a foreign intel agency or other non-domestic entity? How can the left use that information to divide and censor the right? Why are affiliates of InfoWars constantly attacking Q? Who pulls the strings? Free Speech Systems, LLC. Q. And we keep going. I love shills. Now at this point, Anon says, even if this is some Mossad clown a-hole, this still trying useless division of tactics out of his frayed handbook onto an empty board. Some people just don't know when they have lost. Last and final comments regarding AJ and Associates attempts. Logical thinking. A link to Pasobik. 21. Breitbart article linked 2 days prior to the article being published. Reconcile. Note the time. 9:41. 100%. Note Apple's stock images. 9:41. 100%. Reconcile. Reconcile. And the post keeps going. Attempts to deceive autist Anons will fail. We are a threat to their livelihood, plus classified. Do not let their attempts corrupt good organizations. Think OAN. That's what, somebody just asked Jack Posobiec over there. Don't let their attempts to corrupt good organizations like OANN. They want you divided. Stay strong. Stay together. Division keeps them in power. Here's the micro guy. Microchip. When you can actually change Discord messages, which is what they did.
And they were doing that to attack us too.
Yes, that's Jack Posobiec. You see, these are many waves. We're looking at the waves. We now see waves.
We see them coming on the horizon now. Like we can see them like 3 weeks out.
That's right. That's right. And here's the Jack Posobiec tweet that Q referenced. So JTF MAGA went. So he's affiliated as well, right? Microchip. He faked the chat. Here we go. So this is another one, 240. So this is content violation. Stay strong, stay together. Censorship will fail. They attack those that are the biggest threat. Expect Twitter, Facebook, force next. AJ template was designed to attack, censor, QAnon. Primary objective. Q. You see where we're going here, guys.
Blockade.
Blockade.
On your mind. There's a blockade on your mind. You can't get further than this. And the people that are on the other side see him. And then if you mention anything that they've watched him say, then you all of a sudden are him. And then they don't listen to you. And so then you escalate what it is you're saying to the point where you start to scream and yell at people.
That's right. And here's the Corsi, right? Air Force One pics from same set as November 2017 Q trip code. Proof that Q is the same Q as always, guys. Okay? He was telling you that it was hacked in 3 days. Q is telling you that we have a trip code from November 2017 and a proof that Q is the same Q. And this is 5/22/18, guys.
And then, I'm seeing a lot of the stuff in the Austin bots are talking about how Q is different now. And then they make all these slide comments and they've got a lot of Patriots over there arguing with them. So what they're doing really, guys, is they are chewing up your time.
Right. QAnon, the path to dictatorship. They're thinking that we are, here he is Corsi, who was subpoenaed in the Mueller investigation. Stone. You notice our president didn't really, he considered a pardon, but interesting. But here's the Jerome Corsi with
Mossad.
Yep. He was a Mossad agent. He was outed as a Mossad agent in 1997 in a sting operation in London. Corsi and Piper Jaffray, broker Brad Admonson were integral to the fraud that took Minnesota investors $1 million that the FBI refused to properly investigate. You see, they were allowed to do that. Very interesting, guys.
Once a clown.
So there's Free Speech Systems. A lot of the businesses around that are Israeli owned as well. We did a little bit of a dig on that. There's your company profile, right? There's been a big dig on this stuff, guys. This is it. Corsi attempted infiltrate Q, Mueller, Corsi plea deal. There are bad apples who pretend to be good amongst us, guys. In fact,
John Cusack, Edward Snowden connected to this organization.
Right.
John Perry Barlow.
The most who left the White House didn't have a choice. Who's that, Sub Gorka? Fake news, fake MAGA. Transparency is the only way. Patriots United. Q, I think Q was warning us about a Discord server called Patriots United, which ended up being a big hit piece on us, guys.
Yep.
All right. So also, for the record, the people that know, like Poussin in here will know, these are waves, right? So we're seeing these waves of attacks. We've got I've got old, we have Alex Jones threatening Dustin Nemos. We've got Alex Jones threatening Roy Davis, Captain Roy.
Yep.
Who wrote the Q book. Think all outlets utilized and fake MAGA, foreign and domestic. They are attacking us. They don't like this movement at all because they want to control the movement.
And they weren't as vocal at the point where Q called them all out in that April.
That's right.
They were like trying to act like, oh, they were all for Q and Q was a good thing. And they had been paying attention. And Jerome Corsi was helping decode the drops and using his intelligence experience to help Patriots, working with Patriots United directly and working with or Patriot Soapbox directly and in the servers with us, Patriots, working with us and being extremely rude, being weird, being racist and drunk. It was a disaster. If you want to, I don't know if you can even go back, and I don't even think Patriot Soapbox puts those videos up, but he was really sliding every conversation and you could tell. And then later Q called him out. And as soon as Q called him out with these posts we're going over now, the whole can went crazy from Gorka to Posobiec to Jones to Stone to all of them. Like they all started coming out of their skin and trying to disprove Q, DeFango, Titus, all of these guys.
Yep. Kimberlyn, we got your 6 guys. Prattle on. Sips bourbon. Love to the mods. Prattle on, guys. And so, Catherine Gorka, for the MAGA coalition, Mr. Gorka, Sub Gorka, was the wheel, the guy that went out to get, donations, right? So Q linked us to the MAGA coalition, and this is Catherine Gorka's company called Threat Knowledge Group in McLean, Virginia, Clowntown, guys. Another $60K from MAGA Coalition, website gone. However, those, who knows it was owned by? It was owned by a Gorka. And she was a never Trumper, folks. She was on Ted Cruz's candidate. She was a member of his National Security Coalition. Bid to stop Donald Trump. Cruz and John Kasich make strategic vote sharing pact. They just didn't go away, the never Trumpers. They infiltrated our movement. So this is a great thread. If you guys want to take a little bit more on it, this is the SB2 Q post 1366 that I did that many people forget about. This answers the entire question about Patriot and Patriot. And they try to use this post here, 1295. They try to use that against people that are just trying to make a living on this. Nobody's making like tons of money off the Q movement. Like maybe I'm able to pay my bills, right? I mean, that's it. That's it, guys. This is something that I want to do. I've really, I've gotten rid of a lot of stuff. I've lost a lot of stuff. I don't care. It's just, I want to do this forever, guys. And I couldn't do it. Shady and I couldn't do it without you. And this is what they do.
Attack us, and they're attacking us for attempting to, that started immediately. This is this organization that have millions of dollars coming in, and they're attacking citizens, people who are saying, hey, if you like what I do, send me a donation. Right. I mean, that's what we're doing. We're not, we're not saying, oh, pay me or you don't get to see the info.
Right. There's nothing behind any paywalls, guys. My Twitter account, the website, the YouTube, it's all here. Joanna Berlin, keep up the good work, Matrixxx and Shady. Love you all. We love you. So this is interesting, guys. Personal thank you to the board owner, bakers, autists, anons who continually dedicate their time and energy to the Great Awakening. You are all patriots. The hard part is coming to an end. The next phase will bring justice, Q. And remember, our president said, phase 4.
And that was Q plus on that one.
Yes, that was Q plus. So guys, I just wanted to show you that. And most people that were with us will understand that this background, when I was first attacked by the QArmy server, they called themselves Digital Patriots and used this weird board background. Livid, Trixie.
Exact same background, dude.
And I was in a server with these folks for
almost a year.
Over a year, guys.
I mean, we've got a lot of stories that are going to be coming out at whenever this is all said and done. We don't focus on it right now because it's not necessarily relevant to the daily news of what's happening. But Alex Jones coming out like this yesterday and acting. I mean, we only played 10. We didn't play 10 minutes of this. We'll drop the video if you guys want.
I want to play a couple more little tidbits out of this, though.
All right, cool. I thought you did have a little bit more. So
let's keep.
But again, it's like the father gives birth to something, one day it comes to take them. Imagine being the creator of it and watching it turn into Frankenstein's monster and then come to get Dr. Frankenstein. This is something that I don't really get into very much because I see it overall as...
We need to be prepared as patriots. What?
But I've had a lot of time studying it.
What did he just say, Shady?
I know what it is.
Let's do it again.
I'm going to back that up.
It doesn't mean to get Dr. Frankenstein. This is something that I don't really get into very much because I see it overall as a tar baby.
What in the actual...
I've had a lot of time studying it.
Notice he's got the mask on the Statue of Liberty.
I know what it is.
Yes, he does.
And it doesn't mean the whole thing.
Clowns wear masks.
Remember that other account we saw this morning with the mask?
Yes, ma'am.
What it does.
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry.
Destructive. Yes. Again, there's a lot of people I respect and like that are really into it. Because it's a psyop.
Oh, it's a psyop.
It's something that the media attacks a little, but they don't censor it. They don't block it.
They don't censor it.
They do.
They're not showing any of it.
I personally talked to the president. I personally talked to a lot of other people in government. And I really do have amazing sources, but I have my own analysis that most of the time...
Remember the Q plus, President, real Donald Trump tweet, anyone that says sources, 4 or 5 sources, it's fake news. Here we go.
All capital letter.
Yep.
But there's something about a fortune hunt. There's something about a puzzle. That's why they're in the back of the newspaper.
Yeah, and guys, this is, you're going to see this wave of attack because something is really going down, folks. So it's kind of important for us to kind of understand, know thy enemy. There we go.
We're prepping you.
Prepping. Here we go.
About billions a year sold in booklets of crosswords and the rest of it. Because it makes people feel like they're in this magic intrigue. So I always thought we just wake everybody up and we defeat the New World Order. But you see, they've got ways to create their own LARPing cosmologies, live action role play. And it just soaks up the energy and the immediacy of everything. So someone, you don't know who you are, you never talk to them, there's no proof, but you trust the plan. And as one goes, we all go. And all this stuff you'd imagine in a cult, you'd be chanting. The video's up at band.video is the featured video. And it's also at Infowars.com and Newswars.com. And it's a very good report that Greg Reese has put together called Trust the Plan. And just because people buy into it, they then think it's good. Well, you're good. And you can do some good waking people up. I've been ambivalent about the whole Q thing, because I know at its core it's a psyop, but we could take it over. It's good to get people researching, but if they research things that are proven, like Disease X, Event 201, Lockstep, Rockefeller Project, State Department Memorandum 200, Club of Rome, 1968, depopulation agenda. I mean, these are real things. You can go to the library and read online. You can read Eco-Science, 1974, John P. Holdren, Plan for World Government Sterilization, White House Science Czar, 35 years later, 37 years later. I mean, that's all meat and potatoes. I'll just get to it now. I said I'd do it next time, but it's what I tend to do. I say I'm going to get to something, and then I get to it right then. Then I'll get to all the other news, then your calls. I talk to people who I've known, and they come over real satisfied on the street, and they just go, oh, yeah, like, sure, you're not at the Q level or whatever. And I'm sitting there knowing that what I write and what I say gets taken and put into the president's speeches. You know, the president calls my wife up and says, man, your husband's a real man. He's got a lot of courage what he's going through. The president personally told me, don't back down. You're real, I'm real. Men like us know the truth, the destiny of America. Press the attack. And that's on record that Kelly freaked out that Trump and I were talking all the time, and Stone and all the rest of it. And I get contacts from the president, got one last week. Had a top national talk show host call up and talk about the president and the analysis and what we're doing. Yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Sure you did.
That's real.
Oh, it's real, all right.
And I run into cousins and people that just look all satisfied. They go, oh, Alex, sure. You know, or I see, like, I've seen a few videos where you'll see like these delusional, crazy looking people, and they go, I used to like Alex Jones, but now I'm with the president. And I know Jones is an Israeli spy. What the hell does that mean? Trump is moving the U.S. embassy to Jerusalem, pro-Israel. I'm not against Israel either. But I've got some criticism of Israel. And a lot of the leftist Jewish lobby attacks me, but that's another fake Qism, is that I work for Israel. I am the most proud of the fact that I am totally independent and a maverick and have created the modern talking points that were adopted by the president and his speechwriters as the relaunch of America. So let me just explain something. The reason you see me attacked everywhere, and the reason they're suing me and trying to kill me and trying to set me up, and somebody doxed my house yesterday and called in a fake police report and all the rest of it, is because I'm Godzilla tearing up the New World Order. Let me just explain how this is.
Godzilla.
See, I've never really said that to people. It's a fact. InfoWars is the New World Order executor, because we have the giant audience of Americans of every race, color, and creed who bleed red blood and love freedom.
What do you guys think, huh?
We've changed the world, 1776 worldwide.
What do you think about this, guys, huh?
We just wanted to show you a clear picture so that your mind understands the operation before the operation gets to you, because it's coming.
It is coming. I love these guys. Make it stop. Cut it. Oh my God.
And we're not torturing you.
We might be torturing them a little bit.
Well, it might be torturing them, but we're trying to show them.
But what I want to basically, kind of bring this back full fold here is we just saw the Q post about Alex. This movement has been infiltrated by MOS, guys. The people that doxed me and my family are MOS, but maybe they actually did me a favor, because I am Jeffrey Peterson. You guys have seen my picture. I've posted it up on my, Twitter now. I am Jeffrey Peterson. I'm a proud father. I have a 17-year-old daughter. Interesting, he had a 17-year-old son, right? There's a lot of synchronicities here, guys, that Shady and I have been under attack, as you all know, in waves. And the people attached are probably from the same group. Shady?
Yeah, from the same ilk, and using the same tactics. And this has all been a smokescreen, okay? Like they're setting up different smoke screens to try to call people, to try to get people into the narrative and divert them from the truth about Q. Q has nothing to do with any of the stuff. What you witnessed there was him lying about what Q is, about what Q says, about what Q means to us. If he is a patriot and he is supportive of Donald Trump, there isn't any reason that he wouldn't support Q, except that Q called him out. Okay. Right. So that means that he's trying to convince us that Q outing him was disinformation. But the information that Q pointed us to was accurate information.
Yes.
Also, Matrixxx and I would like for anyone out there to maybe suggest or show me where anybody else talks about William Cooper and what William Cooper was trying to expose about Alex Jones when he was first being put on the scene by her. Guys, who gave him a pass to get into Bohemian Grove? You don't just walk in there and take video of the cremation of care. And also the video he took of the cremation of care ritual was a dummy. It wasn't a real individual. It was a pretend ritual to show you that it was pretend. That was the psyop. It was showing you that there was a dummy used and that they're using the speakers and that this is just entertainment. It's like wrestling. It's their religion. It's their belief structure. They cannot live. Do you see these celebrities melting? They're deteriorating. Why are they deteriorating? Why does President Bush and President Obama and President Clinton age 15 years whenever they were in the White House from the time they got elected by the time they left in 8 years? Why does President Trump look better today than he did the day he was elected? Why is that? Think logical.
Here's Travis View, part of the team. See that? I need to lose a couple pounds there. I already have, by the way. But see how they're all connected, guys. Every single one of them.
They're driving a narrative, and they're working with Doug Stewart. They're the people on the Chan boards who are posting all the crazy, hateful stuff, and they're also the people on the Chan boards who are sliding the threads, who are causing disruption, who are not noting notables, who are noting wrong notables, who are attacking us relentlessly, attacking the information, saying that Q. I mean, I still can't find YouTubers who will say that P means Paysur.
And Shady, people are afraid to come on our show. People get DMs if you follow us on Twitter. You guys see it all, right? Oh my gosh, Shady. 1,915 Patriots watching right now. Oh my gosh.
And if there's anyone new out there, welcome to the Matrixxx Groove Show. We are so happy to have you. Yeah. This is a very awesome experience here. We have the live chat going on. We're dropping the sauce in the chat so that you can come back and reference the videos, the information. Today we are discussing a new attack by InfoWars on Q, and we are noticing all of the similarities between the attacks that Matrixxx and I endured as per the background of Alex Jones here, and also the clown in his little graphic with Q. That's very significant. It's a mind control operation. He is telling you who he is. This is what he is doing. He is presenting himself to the world. He told you, I'm telling the truth about you. And he talked about all his past experiences leading into him changing into a different entity right in front of you. That
was wild.
That means that the programming is breaking down. Not that he doesn't think the programming is still working, but you no longer see what it is he wants you to see. You're seeing it for what it really is. Your light is on. Your eyes are open. You have come to the truth.
Yes. And then he even makes fun of people that say, I used to listen to Alex Jones, and I really did. It's true. He's attacked Dustin. And I believe the attacks are completely staged and run out of this organization. Let's watch. You can watch the video. I don't want to watch the whole video here, but I mean, let's just. This is the part here where he says that we're Satanists and New World Order. Bop 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 bop.
Yeah, back up just a little bit, and let's also notice the correlation between the David Wilcock information that's coming out that isn't exactly accurate according to Q. He's talking about 3 days of darkness, he's talking about internet going down and all this stuff, like it's getting ready to happen, like he's Nostradamus and he knows. And so that's shill-like behavior, guys.
Yeah, I mean, So yeah, okay.
And now Alex Jones is using that to mock us. Look at how this person does this little piece, because they start at Ruby Ridge and Waco.
Yeah.
And look at how they look at this. Now watch the mind control of this.
All right, here we go. I know.
Right.
No more Alex, but we gotta. Here we go.
Waco, a new surging Patriot movement was born, and the federal government began branding them all as extremists. In 1995, a rental truck full of explosives was detonated in front of the Oklahoma City Federal Building, injuring over 600 people and taking 168 lives. The official conclusion was that Timothy McVeigh decided to bomb the federal building as a response to Ruby Ridge and Waco, thereby blaming the horrible act on American patriots. Timothy McVeigh claimed that the Army implanted a chip in his body. Former FBI agent Ted Gunderson claims that McVeigh was visited in prison several times by Dr.
See, I don't understand what this has to do with the Q movement, but they're trying to build some credibility here. Keep going.
Yes.
Here we go.
Louis Jolyon West, a leading psychiatrist in the CIA's mind control program, who was connected to assassins Jack Ruby and Sirhan Sirhan,
by the way,
and
that's
who
in the
conducted
newspaper.
mind control research for the same company that McVeigh was working
Thanks, Alex.
security at before the bombing. A Freedom of Information Act request revealed that the CIA had a spy satellite over Oklahoma at the time of the bombing. Controlled opposition is a strategy in which an organic opposition movement is covertly subverted or recreated by the ruling power to serve as mass deception, social manipulation, and ultimately to discredit and destroy the actual opposition.
So here we have the triggers of tragedy that they just showed you, Waco, the bombing in Oklahoma City. Then MK Ultra, they're telling you what they're doing to you. And now they're telling you that they are the controlled opposition.
Correct. They're telling you everything except in reverse.
Correct.
The suspicious evidence surrounding the bombing only caused the Patriot movement to grow bigger. And the endless hours of suspect evidence surrounding 9/11 caused it to grow even more. Movies and books about secret societies and satanic cults planning to usher in a new world order began spreading. And for years, patriots worldwide speculated on how it would all come about.
It is a big idea. A new world order. A new world order.
On October 28th of 2017, the first Q post appeared claiming that Hillary Clinton would be arrested in 2 days. And over the next few weeks, Q posts began telling the whole sordid story of how Luciferian elites have been planning on overthrowing America for decades. The Q posts assured everyone that a Patriot alliance led by President Trump is fighting them behind the scenes, repeating over and over again to enjoy the show and trust the plan. This is now becoming the mainstream narrative. Prominent New Age guru David Wilcock is telling his audience of millions that the Luciferian pedophile Illuminati cult is being taken down by the alliance. He claims there will be 3 days of darkness when TV and internet is taken down by a looping government broadcast telling the world the truth of the Illuminati. During this time, he says that thousands will be arrested worldwide.
All right, so everybody asks about Wilcox. I have nothing against him, but you know, we as Q researchers don't like to tell dates. We don't understand dates because anything can happen. We like to future-proofs past. Once it actually happens, we'll report it. But theories are theories, and David Wilcox has a theory, and that's all it is, guys.
And it's being used by Alex Jones to smear Q people.
Right. Right. The real grifter here, my friend, is Jimbo says Wilcox is a grifter. Maybe, but I think Alex Jones is the bigger grifter. Here we go.
Is this the truth, or is it something else? The reaction to the coronavirus appears to be a very effective because
you know
news.
I can't. I don't, you know, you guys can watch that part of the video, but let's get into the reaction here real quick. Here we go.
Analysis, State Department memorandums, Rockefeller Foundations, Bill and Melinda Gates operations.
We know all about
names,
this. We know it.
Jeffrey Epstein, who they're doing,
We
how
did
they're
it.
doing it. You know, the WikiLeaks, the documents. And our reporters go to prison. We get sued. We get banned. But the Q stuff is just force-fed and it attacks me constantly.
Why is
that? And
that?
then I know who launched it and how it got hijacked. And I just think it's important to get those guys on. You know, I'm going to reach out to them. Let's talk to Jeff in California. Jeff, you're on the air. Welcome.
Notice the caller name is Jeff.
Thank you.
Shady.
Awesome. Hey, before I make my Q comment, I just wanted to thank you guys real quick. You red-pilled me 3 years ago. I've been watching the show, buying the products, and thanks to you guys, I was able to get way out ahead of this, way prepped and ready out here in California before everybody else. We have a 10-day waiting period on gun purchases. I bought my shotgun and was able to wait the 10 days and even get a day on the range just before the shutdown happened. So
You have done well, Lord Vader.
Thank you.
Weird.
That's all thanks to you guys.
No, thanks to you, brother. We're all in it together.
Awesome. As far as Q goes, I think what everybody needs to remember is ostensibly Q is just a message board administrator. It could be a group of 14-year-old zit-faced kids in a basement somewhere laughing at everybody. But Q is defined as a patriot with Q-level security access, right? And
yes, but I mean, we really know who launched it, okay? I mean, the dude that launched it calls up and says, what do you want Trump to tweet? He wants to tweet some your stuff tonight, and then Trump tweets it. So, I mean, these are real people.
All right, so we're going to turn it off in a second, but I want to get to
founder of Wikipedia.
One part here. Hang on.
It's really great.
We will turn it off, but I want to show you guys one weird thing. Here it is.
Joey's a good guy. I like these guys too.
I think it's right here.
I give them till next Tuesday to come out with it all, or I'm going to expose it next Wednesday. There, 7 days.
Watch when he starts laughing.
And
It's
get all
really
the documents.
creepy.
Let's start firing it up. Get it ready. Okay, just watch. Okay,
fire it up.
There's something real for you, folks. That's not talk.
This part.
You know, about 6 months ago, I released that Obama ran.
It's right after this, I think. Hang on.
Prison for that. It's total weaponization of evil. And I just wanted Trump to know when I was bringing up some other stuff, I wanted to get a message to the president that day. So I just added, let me create just something incredibly secret and just a little something for you that, you know, the Army gave me, you know.
Right here.
I don't know if folks have heard like Delta Force or any of that, but see, this is the real world right here. This is not fantasy land. And I risked my life doing this. This isn't breadcrumbs and horse shit. This is the real world.
Right there. There you go, guys. Just wanted to show you guys what is going on. This is not breadcrumbs and horse poop, guys.
Boy, it sure is watching that.
Woo. So there we go. We kind of just had to do it. It was funny. It was interesting that somebody came in and said, hey, why are you so hard on Alex Jones? And all of a sudden this turns up. Pretty interesting, guys. Also, if you guys want the thread for Alex Jones, I'm going to drop that in for you guys. These are all the posts about him being MOS, folks. That's why Alex Jones does not like Q. And that's why he was set up to attack you, me, and the Q movement, guys. You notice they always talk about the person and not the information.
And you notice how he said that the mainstream media is pretty much allowing QAnon to go mainstream.
That's right. Here's Livid attacking me. She was a digital patriot, Shady.
They still haven't shown a Q post in any mainstream media article at all. Not one time have they shown a Q post or a drop or read one or discussed one or said how it was inaccurate.
I-70 says, we're not screaming enough on our shows. That's hilarious.
So let's go grab a Q post real quick.
Let's do it.
3312.
3312. Guys, and we're sorry about, the Alex Jones stuff, but this is who's been attacking us.
So we're going to talk about
it. Here we go.
April 11th.
Yeah.
So this is an interesting post because it comes right after a large gap 1 year ago from March 29th to April 10th was a 10-day gap in Q posting in 2019. but this was on the 11th. If we are merely a LARP asking questions on the Chans, why are we being attacked daily by some of the world's biggest media companies, social media companies, deliberately applying censorship, banning shills, paid and inserted to disrupt media matters, blue check mark, coordinated attacks, etc.? All for a conspiracy on the Chans? All for a LARP? Why is there a constant flow of disinformation being pushed regarding Q? Example, disinformation push regarding Mueller's a white hat. You heard Jones say that in what he just said.
Boom.
Fake and false narrative. Think blockade. When you can't attack the information directly, you attack the source. If that fails, you create false, misleading information to discredit knowing, select, unaware followers would not take the time to self-corroborate the claims. Same vehicle tactics used by fake news media. Logical thinking always wins. Nothing can stop what is coming. As the targets turn to the other side, the attacks will intensify. We have the source. Q. Now, I think that dovetails right with what we're saying here.
Yeah,
and this is interesting about the 1 year timeline coming around to this post, the 10-day gap between that. But we're seeing this attack by Steinbart, the Steinbart bots, the pretend people. They're making videos. They are acting, they're calling, they're saying things in their videos like, how's it going today, Q Horde?
Yeah, and Pharisees or something.
And Q Pharisees, all the Q Pharisees.
Yeah.
Let's do some digging into what that word means. We know what they're saying to us. Us who understand the comms know what the messages are they're sending to us. What we're doing now is we're showing you the messages we're being sent. Like, for instance, Austin with the video with the gun and the 33 sent me a DM in the background with the number 33 in it 2 days before he put that video up. They're giving us a heads up. They're telling us what they're doing. They did it before too, and they attacked us in Discord. They sent us messages like, I hope you'll forgive me after this.
That's right.
Like, what are you talking about? And then boom, here they come.
Yeah. And let's also remember this. This was Nemos here. Here we go. This is interesting. Here we go.
Yep.
Grudge on. I'm real. I relaunched the Patriot movement. I'm not bragging here. I'm just saying along comes the royalty of Q. And it just tells me that I'm this anti-American. And let me tell you, for a lot of generations, that's not what's been going on. We've been doing a lot of stuff, writing books and financing things and killing people for this country.
Killing people.
My family's been killing people for 240 plus years for this country, brother. Killing people, doing a lot of dangerous stuff. And people come along that won't say who their name is and accuse me of being a goddamn Russian agent. I'll come after their ass. Do you understand that?
Certainly I understand threats, Alex. We've been...
Wow.
Triggered.
Yeah. Susan, there's a reason why we are playing this. I know it's hard to watch. I'm sorry, Susan Gibney. But yeah, this is what's happening, folks.
We're trying to show you that much like we're teaching how the cartel and the mob aren't any different, the attacks against the people telling the truth aren't any different. Whether it's MAGA, Gorka, mainstream media, alt media, or AJ.
Yep. And that was Captain Roy. We love Captain Roy. Yes.
It all comes from the same place. They're all trying to stop us from talking about the truth. What the truth is that the whole of media is organized, invented, constructed, and designed to manipulate and divide patriots in America as to subvert and control and steal it from you.
Yeah, some dude says if intheMatrixxx and Shady act like that, I wouldn't be here. Thank you, some dude. I appreciate that.
And we won't act like that.
Yeah, we're honored and humbled to be here. Let me tell you,
it's a blessing to be here,
Yeah.
and we're being stewards of Q, and that's what our whole idea. That's the reason that him and I are working together, guys.
Yep.
Because we have the same exact mindset of how we can easily do this and navigate this and be true to Q and take the attacks and take the BS and throw it back at them, and we get mad on the air and we get emotional about it with each other and we hash it out, and then we get up the next day and we move on.
See, Patriots don't attack Patriots. Patriots protect Patriots. Period.
And you guys out there are the reason we're here. If if we were going on the air and nobody showed up and nobody cared, then we sure wouldn't be on the air.
Exactly right. So thank you to you guys, Patriots.
That's a boom for you.
Boom shakalaka. Wow,
Boom
guys.
down.
Wow. So, you know, and then we got the Cappy talking about Alex Jones. Remember that?
Yep.
Should we play a little
Called
bit
him
of that?
straight out. Called him straight.
Let's play a little bit of this, Shady.
Hello, guys. Something special is happening in here. That's right. It's brackets and jackets. Bringing it back for brackets and jackets. Special Epstein Island edition. That's right, folks. Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, the man with the island, which is suspiciously close to Haiti. That's right. You see, this man, Jeffrey Epstein, is funding lots of people. He's funding lots of people on the street to make sure.
Let's see who he's funding, guys. Let's see.
Get out! That's right. They want the record sealed. And they're paying a lot of people. Epstein's paying a lot of people. Oh boy. For one, he's got a whole Mossad media matrix in America. And I would bet you anything that Alex Jones is one of them. Prove me wrong.
Boom.
That's right. Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the portal. Cappy's in the building with songs
Prove me
about
wrong,
Epstein.
huh? What do you think, guys?
Jackets Epstein edition. Guys, I had some epiphanies today. I had some real big epiphanies about some guys. A big network of guys and spies and lies and liars. All right, think about this for a minute, okay? The guy in Portland, the scientist that just got busted for producing CP, that guy is 1 degree of separation away from Epstein. Epstein, the investor that lives in West Palm Beach, Florida. I know a guy who lives in West Palm Beach, Florida as well. Investor as well. Also involved as well. And all is not well with these guys. The Florida boys, the Glow boys, the Scott Israels of the world. You see, Epstein is Hillary Clinton. And Epstein is Haiti. And Epstein is a big network of media assets. By the way, did you know that Steve Bannon was going to that guy for money? Also, Epstein is Epstein Oprah. Epstein is Chris Tucker. You remember him. Epstein is also Kevin Spacey. Epstein is also Prince Andrew. Epstein is also... Who else is Epstein? Who else is Epstein? Tell me. You guys know? Who else is Epstein? Is Epstein Big Pharma? Is Epstein Bryan Singer? Is Epstein Naomi Campbell? Yep, all of the above. All of the above. Who is Epstein? Epstein is the keystone of a whole motherfucking matrix. And once you pull it out, it all falls down. Dersh was there too. See, here's something that really made a kind of weird epiphany to me today, is when I figured out that Gabe Hoffman lives in West Palm Beach, Florida, and is an investor in West Palm Beach, Florida, and had a documentary about this guy, Bryan Singer. But isn't Bryan Singer Epstein as well? Were they maybe setting up a little play for this guy, Bryan Singer? Maybe they didn't even bring him down to where the real shit was happening. They always had a fall guy to take him out. That's kind of where my mind's going. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. What about Alex Jones? Who else is Epstein funding? The guy was friggin' loaded. And there's accounts in the Cayman Islands. Plus, if you've got paymasters, if you've got people that will pay and do your dirty work for you, like set up ops on patriotic Americans. Well, what about that? By the way, I got a call today from somewhere in the Pacific Northwest. It was the best, guys. It was a very good call. Some things are happening all over the world. Oh yes, some things are happening all over the world. By the way, may I remind you that scientist that was busted in Portland just a couple of days or maybe a week ago was busted for producing CP, and he is 1 degree away from Epstein. That's right, Epstein. Pull it out. Pull it out. Pull it like a ting on the bottom. Pull it like a ting on the bottom. Pull that motherfucker out. And everything all falls down. Prove me wrong. You see, Epstein is so many things and so many people, and so much was going on underneath the Temple of Doom. Well, I hate to be a harbinger of bad news, but people took devices into the temple, you friggin' idiots. That's why we have everything. We have everything. It's true. And you know how we do. Send this to your mom. Be like, hey mom, hey AOC, hey Rashida, is there anyone who would like to look into this Jeffrey Epstein character? Because he has some associations we should look into. You might as well do it. Is there anyone brave enough? I think all of America could be brave enough, because here's what Epstein means once you take it out. That means a bunch of bad guys on both sides go tumbling down. Like, hey, Democrats, I'll tell you what, I bet you if we pull this Jenga, we could get, we could do a lot of good for all of America, make all of America great, and get rid of the hate and infighting and people that somehow irrationally go after Q, because I think Q is a pretty cool dude. That's right, Turtle. That is correct. We must unseal. Let's see what lurks inside those records. What's inside those records? Let me see what you got in there. What do you got in there? Oh boy! Nail you to the wall. Prove me wrong. You can't prove me wrong. Ooh, 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 I am high. I am indeed high on amazing vibes and feelings that we are entering into a new era. But first, wow, we might have to do a few things. That's right. See, you can't just keep covering it up because the truth is coming out and you can't put it under the ground.
That's what Jones is trying to do. See that?
To it. Make a run for it, you bitch. See, you are going down,
So
and you clowns.
they're going down. And Cappy's amazing, Shady.
And this was, notice this video was May 1st?
May 1st, 2019, yep.
Yeah, and so, you know, it was just a couple of weeks after that he was quote unquote committed suicide off the bridge over Route 66.
That's
or
correct.
I-40.
That's correct.
Yeah. Hyatt, I can't pronounce your name, says, does anyone know who Q is actually? No, no one knows who Q is actually. We know that Q is less than 10, 3 non-military that have the full picture. It's a team of people, and they are working in unison to get the information to us as we move through the operation. Also saw someone else, and I think it was Bradford, said, oh, why don't you debate Austin? Austin does not have anything to debate. He is attempting to lie and tell people that he is Q. That is a false narrative. We were told to look out for people who did things like that. So that's why everyone is ignoring him, because he is not Q. The guy doesn't even understand what a title is on QMap. Doesn't understand that QMap and 8kun are different. Doesn't understand that 8chan was taken down. I'm not going to waste my time with debating Austin, but thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Austin, keep doing your thing. It's okay, because we're still getting a lot of people asking about Q, and they're coming here. And, just Q is the information, folks.
It isn't a person.
And it's amazing information, guys. If you did, we've been doing this since October of 2017, and what we've dug on, they just want to debate the person, the people that are covering it. They want to just make them look bad and make you stay away. They want to DM you and say Matrixxx bad. But you know what? They never talk about the actual information that Q posts.
What the hell are you scrolling for?
I don't know. I'm just showing you what Q is.
Oh, okay.
This is what Q
is. That's fast.
They like you is. But seriously, guys, this is amazing. I just wanted to do this show because it was interesting that we had somebody come in and say, why do you hate on Alex Jones so much? And we didn't even talk about him at that point, Shady.
Oh, I know. That's what's kind of set it off a little bit.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden we have this trust the plan with the clown and the weird backgrounds of people that use that same background to attack us. It's, these people that are of the actual cult have to tell you who they are,
and they have to show you what their plan is, just like what he was doing there. What you were seeing with him was telling you exactly what their psyop is, telling you what their plan is, what they're doing. We're infiltrating, we're invading, we're pretending, we're masquerading, we're marauding, we're not real patriots.
Right. What are you talking about? We're just talking about Twitter. We're talking about we're talking about Q drops. We're talking about the information. We're talking about facts, guys. And if it's a fact, it's a fact. If it's a theory, it's a theory. It's very simple. It's not rocket science, Shady. All right. So there you go. With
boom, shakalaka,
a little
baby.
bit of that. I wanted to show you this yesterday, too. I kind of had an epiphany on this show. We covered it, and I made a little meme for it because you guys are amazing. Let me see if I can find it right here. So here. Look at this. So remember when we saw the crime against children +++? Hillary Clinton and Foundation. Crime against children +++. It's Q post 235. These people are sick. We are the cure. Patriots in control. The world will know the truth. Q. And look at the +++ on the hospital ships, guys.
Mercy and comfort.
Interesting. Interdasting. Right. So, guys, that's really it. Shady, do we have anything more to cover? What do you got?
I think that we kind of nailed the most of everything that we had pinned up. We nailed down. So.
Oh, Pippa Middleton, father-in-law charged with rape of a minor. We love the Royals, don't we?
Oh yeah, let's protect more of them.
Right. Interesting. We are at war, folks. We are at war with a hidden enemy, guys. We are at war.
Scourge.
Invisible scourge. This was awesome. Let me just play this real quick. Here.
Hello, everyone. As we've now learned, a number of world leaders have tested positive for coronavirus. Well, my test was negative, as you all know. In fact, it was so negative that the doctor said they never saw a negative number so low. So low. They said it was beautifully negative. They were very impressed. It was perfect. It was perfectly negative. Tremendously negative. Actually, they've never seen a test this negative before in history. And my doctor, he said it best. It was the greatest negative score of anyone who's ever taken the coronavirus test. You know, other people have tested negative, but no one's tested close to where I tested in the negative spectrum of negativity. And that's what I've been told. I've also been told by my doctors that this is going right into the textbooks. That's not me saying that. That's the doctors. That's the medical. It's the medical people. I'm going right into the textbooks because of my unique,
I love it.
negative to the coronavirus.
That guy nailed it. Nailed it. All right, guys. So with everything going on, we've got, the tunnels that we're digging on. We've got a lot of stuff happening. We don't know if anything is true yet, but keep your eyes on the ball. And let's finish with this because
plug into the power of scriptures.
Here we go. God bless you all, guys.
Be strong in the Lord and mighty in his power. Put on the full armor of God. So that you can take your stand against the devil's schemes. For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, and against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground. And after you have done everything to stand, stand firm then, with the belt of truth buckled around your waist, with the breastplate of righteousness in place, and with your feet fitted with the readiness that comes from the gospel of peace. In addition to all this, take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one. Take up the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the Word of God. And pray in the Spirit on all occasions, with all kinds of prayers and requests. With this in mind, be alert. And always keep on praying for all the Lord's people.
Amen, guys. Thank you very much. Shady, final words. He might have already stepped away, but I just wanted to say one thing, guys. I think we needed that. I needed that because of the evil we were witnessing today in the show. So remember, it's not flesh and blood. It's the silent enemy. And we're running silent. Go Q team. Prayers for everybody. Here in this room, your family, friends. Love is patient. Love is kind. God bless you all. See you tomorrow. 1300 hours. Peace.